Hi there. Welcome to Custom Home Builder Solutions, also known as CHS, a job costing, full accounting, and profit management software for the professional home builder. We have done several videos about change orders and how to create them, how to print them, how to post payments for them, etc., etc. And in this one, we're going to just go over some of the utilities that are available if you need to delete or edit or change something about the change order, and how to look at the audit table. And we will look at some of the report ledgers that are available on the windows that we'll be looking at. So let's go to change orders, and occasionally I'm going to pop over here to my working copy of the help. And the first thing we're going to talk about is the change order number, and then we'll talk about changing the main title. So I'm going back to my program, and let's select our demo job here. We'll go over some of these screens here in just a little bit. But after you select a job, first link is just telling you about how to click one of the hyperlinks to view the change orders in order to print them. So you can first of all open approved change orders for a selected job. And these same tools will be on the list pretty much of the unapproved change orders. But the first thing I wanted to talk about is that you can see over here, maybe for some reason we decide that this should be 07 and not 06. I don't know why, but we just could. If we wanted to change the CO number, we would click this hyperlink right here for changing the change order number, and I could put VISTA 3811-07 here. And if I wanted to filter to this job, this list of previously used change order numbers, because they must be unique, I can filter it to that job to just take a look. And then if I click change the CO number, it tells me it's been changed and that this window is going to close. And now you can see that, and I can tell right away that I left a V out of here because I'd like these to show in order, but now this is in at the top because I left the V. So we could do one more change here to fix ourselves up. I need to put that V in there, and we'll just get it back to 06. I was just using 07 to demonstrate, but anyway, now we've changed it back. If you click and look at the audit of changes to change orders, you can see where I changed this one to this number, and then I changed this one to this number. So you can see who did it and what time, you know, in various audits like that. We'll look at a few more audits after we do stuff. Now, if for some reason I realize that I used the wrong job code when I created a change order, I'd like to leave all these in this job. But let's just do this additional landscaping and see how it says move to Diff job. If I click that move hyperlink, then you'll see that I could select some other job to move this to, and let's just move it to this top one just for a second. Then I move the CO to the selected job, and you're going to see it disappear. That was 04. Now let's go over here and let's look at that other job. What I'm doing is I'm doing it twice so that I can get things moved back. For one thing, if we did really move it to another job, then we'd probably want to change this change order number so that it said the job code and then -04. But I'm going to go ahead and move it back to our demo job here real quickly so that I get it back to the job I wanted it in the first place. But that's how easy it is if you just realize you used a wrong job code and you don't want to recreate it. So now this screen that's open for this job shows that we don't have any approved change orders. And if I click the audit, it's an audit for just this job, and it says user moved the CO number from job this to job this and what date and what time. Back on the change orders menu, there's a full audit that is not limited to each job, but we'll get back to that in a minute. Let's jump back over here and see what else. Change the main title. If for some reason you need to change the main title, whoops, I need to go get my demo job back. That one doesn't have any, so let's get that one. And this is the main title. You might have 2 or 3 lines under that title, like we have a couple of change order lines behind this one, but they all have the same title on them. Well, we were interrupted by the phone there for just a second, but I had just opened the window to show how there's a couple of lines under this main title, and maybe we want to change that main title to something else. I can click this little T icon by the title. If you hover over it, I'll show you that in a minute. Maybe I just don't want the A in there, maybe add sunroom. And I'll change the main title, and you'll see that the main title changes here. And this is the main title that would print at the top of change orders when you print them out for your buyer. So that's how you change the main title. Let's look again at my little work in progress here. Moved the CO to another job, changed. If you need to unapprove and approve change orders, I could open this landscaping. Let's drill down to it, and that's what this window, you click on the change order number to drill down and see the various lines displayed. You could edit different lines, but you'll notice that if this is an approved change order, it says builder approved yes, that the button will say unapprove this change order. It'll ask me if I'm sure, and if I had some payments posted, I'll review payments for this change order, and there's no payments in that record, but if I had some payments posted, it would be objecting. Let's try to unapprove one that I've already posted a payment to. And let's look at the payments and see, make sure we do have a payment on this one. Yeah, it's showing some payments received for that one. You can also see that actually in some other places too, but if I try to unapprove this change order, it says there are change order payment deposits, therefore it must remain as an approved change order since we posted a deposit against it. You could always go to your deposits window, find that deposit, and you can review the payments and see what date that deposit was in, was posted, etc., and undo having the change order attached to it, but it's assuming they did give you some money. So if you undo attaching the change order, it'll just be money that they gave you as part of your total revenues received. But so we won't unapprove that one. We can see that our one for the landscaping, the 04 one, did disappear, and if we now go to view unapproved COs, we can drill down on this particular. We see it's one that hasn't been approved, and we could approve this change order if we wanted. Since I unapproved this particular change order will not show up for this cost code on the estimated cost of completion. It will not show up on draw requests that we've been going through talking about payments. The only time these show up on all sorts of various other places, job cost comparison, revised budgets, etc., is if the change order has been approved. The reason for doing one that's not approved is just so you can show it to the home buyer, and you can print the change order you saw earlier that shows the effect that that unapproved change order might have on the total contract price. But we'll leave that one unapproved for right now. The other tools on the unapproved window are about the same. If you do a report, it will only be for the things shown on this particular window, and you can see just this change order here on this window and what its effects might be if you went ahead and posted it, as far as what the profit on it might be and that kind of thing. And the title of this is called Unapproved Change Orders. So all the reports that you ask for here, this might be a list of unapproved change orders with just the price without the estimated cost and any notes you may have written that you might want to give to the buyer. It doesn't have your estimated cost on it. And this is from our old program here, and we've already gone over the report about change orders compared to purchase orders. Look at the purchase orders section in our videos. But let's get back to the approved change orders. And let's see, the other thing you can do right here is total payments right from this screen. and you can see that list of payments made for that change order, any list of payments. So there's a payment for that. And you can see the balance due over here. You can do a search if you like. And speaking of balance due, the search is another utility up here. You could just search for 2 or 3 change orders because you want to see their totals, or a certain main CO title. If you have a lot of change orders, maybe you've done 2 or 3 that have to do with the fence, and you might have the word fence in your title, so you just type that. Ones that have delays on them, you would put not equal to 0. That's how you type it, and your tips for doing that are down here. Not equal to is an exclamation point equals 0 is how we have to do that in web code. But maybe I just want to see ones, and it said that are not equal to 0, balance due. And so I'll search for that. Oh, I only told it, just a minute. I only told it to show these 2 change orders. I'll go put no selection on that. Now we see only ones that still have a balance due. Let's clear our search and bring all of our data back there. Notice that if I do resubmit search, it'll remember my search that I did for the ones with only balances due. But let's clear our search here for a moment. If you need to delete a particular change order, and it'd be the same concept on the unapproved ones, so I'm going to use the unapproved screen so we can just do that. You would need to drill down on the change order itself, and then there might be multiple lines that you put on the change order for the total change order. You've seen us doing that in our videos. By the way, you could add a new line to this change order with the plus button right there if you're editing, and it'll come in and it'll say add new line, which means add new CO line, which means you should change that to be something meaningful, the cost code that you'll be using and your estimated cost, just like we've seen before. And that would add another line increasing the total, or decreasing if you do a minus amount, of the total change order. But we're going to use that to delete the line, which means you use the red X on the line and then yes, delete, and that's how you get rid of lines. If I go ahead and decide I want to get rid of the whole change order, I would also delete this line, then the entire change order would be gone. Now if there were payments attached, once again you would get a warning or a notice about that, so that you should review them and not get rid of that change order because you already posted a payment for it. Anyway, you saw, if I drill down, let's go back to our approved ones. If I click on this to edit, that's how I also edit lines. If I decide there's lines on the change order I need to change, and you use the pencil edit icon to open that. Actually, it will open this line so that you could change notes that you wrote, or change the amount, or do whatever it is you need to do, attach some file to it, create a PO for it, add bids to it, review things for that line, everything related to that line. Maybe just open it just for doing some review, but that's how you drill down and how you look at everything. Maybe you need to change the stage or something like that. I can tell that we did some sort of attachment. It was probably just sort of a silly photo or something that we attached to this change order line. I could tell that because there was a paper clip there, so I clicked it. And if it was a PDF file I'd attached, it would just say this is a PDF, and I'd open the PDF. I did a silly photo in our demos, and then that photo can also be seen by the home buyer when they're online trying to approve change orders. Things for the home buyers about change orders will be in a completely separate section of our help videos that have to do with everything that a home buyer can see and do online. So that is in a different section than all these change order videos. Let me see if I've left anything out. Edit, delete a change order, and then we'll look at that audit table just one more time that I was looking at. Let's look at it from the menu. CHS behind the scenes, when you make change, I remember I deleted a line just a minute ago. I marked a change order as unapproved, that kind of thing. And there's some set titles over here. So maybe you can use this, what's called a show hide search row, and you can just do all sorts of searching in these columns. Like maybe I want to search only for everything in this column that has the word delete in it, and so I'll do contains. So every one of the things that it found in the search was just ones that said delete. So I could look through that. Now maybe I just only want, notice how there's another job going on here to group. Maybe I only want to see stuff for this job we've been working on. So I would put that in probably pretty precisely in my search row, and then I do exact match. And then I'm only getting 17 records about the various audits that have been made to change orders, well, the delete audits that have been made to change orders in this job. Audit notes, or I could just search for a particular user and changes they did, or a particular change order number, a price, a cost code if I wanted. This is audits. And usually audit records are created when you make some change to the change order, like delete a line or change a title, or that kind of thing. That's what this is auditing. You can hide your search row after you do your search if you like, etc. And you can send this to Excel if there's some reason you'd like to do that. I will close that, and that's the audit table. So just be aware, and that's why it's a good reason to have several different users so that you can audit what they're doing, etc. What is this? That's a weird message. It has nothing to do with CHS. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop this particular video because it took a little longer to show the utilities than I wanted. And I'm going to come back and talk about the change orders database, summary by job, the COs and payments database records, and the various reports and ledgers that might be attached to those. Thank you for watching.